So we are definitely live, and we are just getting started with a game. Today I've got Xander to help me commentate.
Great. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, man. How you been?
I'm doing quite well. The Norska expansion for Warhammer Total War just came out, so I've been spending some time with that. Also, I've
Nice.
been testing out rover algorithm within a egg infusion deck for hilarious consequences, and I'm ready to comment on some Netrunner with you.
Yeah, cool. And it looks like we've got Noise up against Engineering the Future.
Oh, excellent.
Kind of a
Where are we at?
classic matchup. You want to hop in the JNet lobby of this game?
Who are the players that are currently going on?
It is, of course, it is Sanjay versus Bizthedad. And before we get too far into this game, I need to give some thank yous. Thank you so much to Yankee Flatline, Captain Cody, Hearns ZM or HRNZM, ArcV2, Pete J, and Matt B. Thank you guys so much for following and subscribing on Twitch and YouTube. It means so much to me. And this game is getting started.
Oh, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
We have a glacier-based Engineering the Future deck. As you can see right there, we have Tollbooth, which is going to be demonstrating that they're likely going to have some form of defensive upgrades. That works pretty well with Estelle Moon, because one of the things that we're aware of but not really using very much is that Estelle Moon gets an additional counter whenever something is installed inside a server.
So she doesn't just work with asset spam, she also works with building up this one big server.
Correct. And with Warroid Tracker being out, you put that in order to defend some really high important defensive upgrades, you're going to be in a really nice position. Even if Noise slaps out a Rumor Mill, which is Rumor Mill available?
I don't believe Rumor Mill is available, given that this is cash refresh. And it looks like Sanjay has taken Honor and Profit as their big box.
That's spicy.
It is. Legwork, yeah, a very powerful card. Earlier before the mulligan, we saw, I believe, a Demolition Run, a very aggressive card.
Which likely means that he has mediums, because otherwise he would not be able to use that to its fullest potential.
I think that you're definitely right.
Planned. Oh, you go.
Well, Noise deck's gonna have medium because you don't have as many virus counters in this format. Excuse me, viruses to get counters with.
And so he's showing the planned assault and legwork. His influence is going to be pretty tight with those things, and he likely is not running multiples. I think he could be running a one-of for a count siphon, and he might be probing right now.
Also, that parasite. We need res dice for the parasite to come down.
Oh yeah, certainly.
And Noise can put on a lot of pressure to try to, capitalize on something like this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the parasite here. Nope, Sanjay's gonna make another run, this time on server 1, which has got Estelle in it, and Biz goes ahead and reses the second self-adaptive code barrier.
It's a good question on where he wants to slap down that parasite, or whether he wants to invest himself just yet. Now he has 2 paperclips inside the bin.
And Paperclip's gonna do a fairly good job breaking the adaptive code barriers. No, just adaptive barrier. This goes ahead and reses Estelle Moon, builds 2 new servers. Draws a card.
And Sanjay potentially asks what Estelle Moon is. I would presume that he's aware.
I think that he's
being sassy.
Yeah, being sassy in the chat. So he's coming in to break, or to force the pop on that Estelle in server 1, which draws into a Biotic and a Friends in High Places. Friends in High Places, you gotta think is gonna be the biggest card, one of the biggest players at the very least. Gonna have a really big impact, keeping Estelle up, essentially keeping that defensive upgrade up.
Definitely. It's gonna, like, right now he doesn't have any form of economy engine in play, and he doesn't have anything inside his hand. Being able to use a Friends in High Places is gonna highly tip the tempo in favor of Bizthedad.
Looks like he's rezzing an Adonis, an unprotected Adonis, draws into just flat Fairchild.
Is an interesting choice to not defend that Adonis.
Yeah, I think so too.
Presumably he realizes that Noise has too few credits to effectively remove the Adonis and also address all of the tempo and all of the tempo causing cards that are currently in play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bizthedad is accurate on that. I would really hope that card gets 1 or 2 on the MWL.
I think that we've got like a soft confirmation from Boggs, the current designer of Android Netrunner, that something's going to be done for Friends in High Places.
It was interesting that he actually it was more hard for Friends in High Places and less hard on Estelle Moon, which is an interesting choice that he did not fully confirm on Estelle Moon.
Yeah, Estelle, I think might be ripe for an errata. Back into this game, Sanjay is running and is hitting, I believe that's a Fairchild 2 with only 1 click.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. He's gonna trash out that paperclip.
Well,
and
Fairchild 2 is only pay 2 credits.
Oh, wow.
But he's gonna take a brain damage. I think taking the brain is the most serious thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's going to be discarding a lot of cards, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And my apologies, I didn't notice it was a 2.0. I'm so used to people playing 3.
Yeah, it's true.
And in this position, too, because we're so heavily restricted in the cards that are going to be in play, the likelihood that a Yogg will be here is pretty high.
I think you're right about Yogg, which will, of course, completely invalidate the Fairchild 2. But it's done. It's going to do a good job of stopping Sanjay running HQ for at least a little while until the Yogg does come out. Sanjay putting on more pressure with their last click. After taking a brain damage, they're going to be discarding 2 cards and a lot of real keepers in their hand right now.
Definitely.
So he pitches Planned Assault and Interdiction. I think those are solid pitches.
Both good choices.
Bizthedad is spending their money, rezzing in Estelle Moon, building more servers, has an IPO in hand. When the IPO hits, that's going to be the opportunity, I think, for Biz to get serious about trying to score this global food.
Definitely, and he's going to be able to get that IPO out next turn, presuming that he doesn't res that ice, which he didn't. So.
Right, but because that ice wasn't res, Sanjay comes in. The R&D gets a ABT, then plays en passant on R&D, and is now going to have free reign for R&D for this next click and maybe a couple more turns here. We'll see how Bizthedad responds. Goes into a hedge
really
fund.
Nice use of en passant.
That's pretty significant. So Bizthedad opts to hedge fund, ice with the R&D with a toll booth, and then play IPO. Gonna have to put off building any type of scoring server till next turn. Sanjay drawn some cards, has no money, drawn cards. Feels uncomfortable for me.
Now that R&D is completely locked out because we have a toll booth there, right now there is a black orchestra inside the heat, but the credits are just not there for Sanjay right now.
Right. And Sanjay pitched the stem hack, saving both the parasites. Saving the parasites, very important. When that toll booth gets res, that's where the parasites go. And Bizthedad up to 23 credits and opts to protect HQ with a Fairchild. No remote ice as of yet.
And do note that was a 2-turn turnaround from 3 credits, 23 credits.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the economy is really strong with this one.
And on Sanjay is now installing a parasite outside of HQ. Gotta go check archives, see what's in there. Hopefully gonna pick up some more points.
So he's running 2 legworks.
Yeah. That's gonna do a lot of damage if he can get here in the next couple turns before Bizthedad has the opportunity to get either the paper trail or the global food down.
Oh, definitely. Well, if only he had the credits in order to be able to get through. And also knew that he should be getting through. But, looks like the ABT is going down. Oh.
Biz is resing in a Stell Moon before planting an ABT, and they're going to advance it once? Twice? No, just once. They do have a preemptive action in hand, which gives them a strong window to fire the ABT. Hopefully they get some ice, not an unreasonable hope, and then play the preemptive action if necessary.
That is an interesting play.
I think it makes sense.
Oh no, definitely. Preemptive action is just a really quality card. It gets a lot of mileage in a lot of those operation economy-based decks, and additionally, when we have things like this going off, provides an enjoyable position within the design space of the game that makes me incredibly satisfied.
Yeah, I like that Biz is capitalizing on the commitment, the opportunity that the commitment of an extra advancement on the ABT provides them. It gives them a lot of safety, but it makes them work just a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Biz draws into a Sandberg on their turn, does fire the ABT. We'll see what's going to happen here. They get
do it.
Home guard for 7 credits, and they burn 2. Not bad. Last click, instead of the preemptive action, is install, I believe, the paper trail.
And then do note that we have that ice was installed on a server with 2 cards, so essentially that's a 9 credit swing for right there.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Oh, and plus the engineering the future ability.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And Sanjay comes into archives, doesn't find anything, unfortunately.
That remote server is pretty much locked out. He hasn't run R&D in order to be able to check that, to see what the access on that's like. But if he has the ability to get into HQ, at least he has 1 server in order to be able to pull agendas out of.
Looks like Bizthedad is going for advanced biotic on this paper trail, which I don't think is going to do anything when it fires its ability.
He advances it twice, and then he uses a preemptive action.
Actually, that's very interesting.
I
missed the biotic. I miscalled that. But Sanjay is going to run a legwork here, you got to think. No, they're running R&D. That's going to sting. Takes the last of Sanjay's credits. Sanjay bounces on R&D.
If only he had 1 less, then he wouldn't have to pay.
That's right. Perhaps he's going to click twice and install a parasite on R&D.
Oh, yep. It's a good call.
Bizthedad has been able to play really comfortably with so many agendas in their hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Sanjay had to invest a lot of resources, parasites, in order to be able to get into that HQ, and right now he's determined that it's not really worth his time anymore. Despite the fact that there is a good amount of agenda points currently sitting inside there.
He could win. The legwork could win it.
Yeah, it's a good.
Right now he's opting to run archives. I think credit legwork, wins on like 75% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Bizthedad. Draws into some more ice. A home guard this time. Down to 12 credits. Are they going to opt to go for a score? And they do. They install the agenda that isn't global food.
This is game point right now.
Yeah.
And as an additional note, the Stell Moon could have been fired in order to make the legwork a lot more damning.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about the Estelle Moon.
It's a spicy card.
It is. I really like this deck. It packs Bizthedad's deck is very effective right here. It packs a lot of punch.
Oh, definitely.
With really kind of simple cards like Toll Booth and Estelle Moon. Estelle Moon getting popped right here to gain credits.
Turning a Sandberg online. That is a good position to be in for Bizthedad. That math got a whole bunch worse.
It did. What is the no, it looks like the home guard's gonna fire. Sanjay opting not to fire the not to break with the paperclip.
He's gonna have to match this trace. Yep. So the nice thing is he might be able to install out that paperclip again, but depending on what this card is. Oh, whoa! All right, yeah, that's.
Let's see. Sanjay's got 8 credits. Yeah, they're not getting to server 2, or excuse me, server 1. It looks like Bizthedad has got this one wrapped up.
Yep, that's a good game right there.
Very fast.
Yeah, nothing like core set Hasbioroid.
Let's see, Bizthedad's holding a Fairchild 3. And Sanjay's opting to in the run.
Takes that brain damage.
Yeah, up to 2 brain damage. Bizthedad is advancing out. What a game.
Yeah. That was an impressive game on both sides.
It was. Sanjay putting a lot of pressure up. Didn't get as many, accesses or agendas as they could have. They got accesses about every other turn, especially towards the start of the game.
Yeah, Sanjay swapped his attention from HQ to R&D, and he didn't necessarily dedicate on any specific central server, which I think was one thing that was a misplay on his part. Because
the en passant was a really impressive turn, well timed. You remember
what else did he destroyed in there? Yeah. I can't determine whether that was the Mirage Shoe or the Fairchild. Either that. No, not the Fairchild.
No, it was the.
You might have recorded it out.
Yeah, it must have gotten taken back. Whatever ice was destroyed. They have gotten hit with Friends in High Places.
Indeed, now they're talking about the what ifs of Netrunner.
Yeah.
There's always so many.
Sanjay's deck's got 2 interdictions. You had mentioned that Fairchild would have been a great place to be. Or, excuse me, Rumor Mill. Rumor Mill would have been a good card to have. Interdiction, one of the available alternatives.
Indeed. Let me verify if that would be available.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Rumor Mill is available.
Yes, it is from the Flashpoint cycle.
Right.
Yeah, but the influence I don't think is necessarily worth it. Another card that actually would have gotten him a bit of mileage is the System Outage. The 1 cost every time your opponent draws a card, then the first time per turn, make them pay a credit.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been relatively useful. More useful than Interdiction.